Peace everybody, Kimmy here, back again with another video. I know you guys haven't seen me in a while, and it's just basically because, your girl been in grind mode, taking the time to get in touch with my cycles. I'm not talking about no menstrual cycle. For those who don't know, I'm talking about cyclic cycles. Some of you have seen me do videos on cyclic cycle, or you can find one of the recordings I did on SoundCloud as well. But your cyclic cycles are basically cycles of existence, and it doesn't matter if it's a man-made cycle or a cycle that's created by nature. But when it comes to man, and its cyclic cycle is made by nature or your creator. So the day that you come into existence is the day your cycle starts, and it's 52 days per cycle for the whole year. Right now, my birthday is in January. Capricorn. My birthday is in January. So yes, I am in my 7th cycle right now, and I'm coming into my 1st cycle. But in my 7th cycle, it's just that cycle where you gotta chill. You may go through like a lot of different things in your cycle, especially your 7th cycle, because you're not supposed to begin anything in this cycle. You're not supposed to try to establish contracts or anything. Like, this cycle right here is one of those cycles where you're planning your goals. Like a lot of you all may celebrate New Year's. I don't really. Generally, because New Year's to me is vegetation, new life. So springtime for me is my new year. But my cycles and my new year has nothing to do with the other. So, and it's generally just because of my birthday, or my cycle of existence begins in January. So, with that being said, what I want you guys to understand is your cycle of existence is very important, because it helps you to understand different opportunities that come in your life, and those events that come in your life that are not so opportune for you. You definitely want to know, because you go through the same thing every year. This is why a lot of people say, dang, I feel like I did this before. And it's because you did. You just did it in a different cycle. So with that being said, when you understand these cycle of events reoccurring, you would definitely know how to move properly in these cycles and not get caught up in the rift and the raft that you may go through. Like, we all go through ups and downs, and it's really a part of our spiritual development. It's very important that we take the time and the energy to elevate while we're on this plane of existence in this era of time. It's so serious, because we can't afford to be degenerates. We can't afford to not elevate in this era. So it's best to know thyself. And once you know thyself, you're able to set yourself free from so many problems that you've had in your life. It will definitely prevent you from having to, pass from this form and to reincarnate only to do it all over again. And when you do it all over again, it puts you backwards, because you have to take that time to remember all over again, And the mind never does forget, but you go through that veil of forgetfulness just for a brief second, so you can go through other experiences to grow your spirit further. On this dimension, you want to elevate, you want to keep going, you want to pack light if you're going to take flight. I'm just saying. So with that being said, The reason why I'm going into this, because even though I don't really do like the New Year's thing, I've always been a goal planner, you know, steadfast in everything I want to achieve and make happen for myself. So because I know that I'm in my 7th cycle and that there's only certain things I could do in this cycle as far as my personal life cycle, certain things I just don't want to do. You know, you don't want to begin anything in your 7th cycle. You know, anything that you need to let go of, is the best time to do it. You know, whether it's friendships that are not so good for you, you know, because like the more you elevate, if you elevate higher in your consciousness, you're on a different frequency, so you're going to exceed those who aren't on that frequency. And it's nothing personal if you leave them behind. It's just your spiritual growth and where you are at in your divine journey. So, you know, sometimes you have to leave people behind if they're not receptive enough to raise their frequency. You know, if you're going to do like New Year's resolutions and things, that's cool. You know, I don't knock anybody for that. You know, new beginnings are divine. However, Ykeme rolls with cycles. Like, you may have seen a video where I did, you know, like different cycles and phases of the moon. Okay, you want to do a New Year's resolution or, you know, different things like that. That's cool. But make sure you're in the waxing moon phase when you do it. You know, you don't want to begin anything in the waning moon phase. You know, and basically all this stuff that I'm telling you is about working with the energies around you so that your life can, you know, operate just a little more smoother than it was compared to when you didn't know these certain cycles. You know, so if you're looking to begin like a New Year's resolution or, you know, things of that nature, this is what I do. Not necessarily for New Year's, just but for, you know, like the waxing moon phase or coming into my first cycle of new beginnings. New beginnings always start with new goals or refining the goals that you already have. So what you can do is you can take affirmations and your intentions, things of that nature, and you can just write them down on a piece of paper. You know, when you write it down on a piece of paper, you can make sure that you fold the paper to you, because whatever your intentions is, you want it to come back to you. You know, so you're going to fold it in the nature where you're attracting everything that it is that you want to come into your life. Okay? So basically, you're going to put that in your jar. Okay? Everything that attracts money, like cinnamon, you know, things of that nature attract money. You can dress this jar any way you want. If it's about finance, you can put like little glitter on it with the little dollar signs and, you know, things of that nature. We have bay leaves. If you want, you can always write your name on there, you know, and the intention that you want, or you can do it for yourself. You can do it for somebody that you love, things of that nature. Drop it in the jar. You got your money that's anointed with oils that attract money, which could be like patchouli, you know, things of that nature. If you can't see it, but I wrote success out in dollar signs at the top of the dollar. I wrote my name underneath the treasury. Okay. And on the back, I wrote return to me. So, another thing you can do with your dollars is you take your money, fold it to you. Even when you're at the cash register and you're checking out, and you want to give your money, you always fold it like this and you hand it to the cashier, because that way the money can return back to you. You don't give it to them like this, okay? Just throwing some tips out there. So with this dollar, I put it in my jar of prosperity. So if you want prosperity coming into the new year, be specific in the things that you want, because the universe don't understand half-stepping. I have my little citron crystal, put it in there, it attracts money. Anything that you want that attracts money. Now, you seen a video that Terrain and myself did on taking the paper, writing your intentions, putting it in the water and letting it melt. You can bathe in that oil water, or you can take a little jar like this and you can add the elixir in here, and you can just, you know, take it off, rub it on yourself, and rub it on your hands, the palm of your feet, walk into money, you know, things of that nature. That's a good tip to use. Papyrus paper is another good thing to write your intentions on, especially during the winter solstice, because, you know, it's kind of like that phase of new beginning, you know. So you can take the ink, the papyrus paper, write down what your intentions is, you know. I think as long as you're working in the waxing moon phase, you know, take December, the coldest winter ever, or the last part of the year or whatever, to focus on your intentions, focus on your goals, elevate your mind, you know, especially if you're in your 7th cycle. Elevate your mind, study, research things that you have been told, because man knows not by being told, which means man knows falsehood by being told. Definitely always be prepared to elevate yourself, because you're going to be tested all the time, especially when you're doing new things in your life. You're wanting to grow, you're wanting to share or enlighten people around you. You know, people are going to see that you're waking up. They're going to have questions. You know, people are, you know, just going to want to know. So to refresh my mind, I went and got the 12 Universal Laws of Success by Herbert Harris. Very motivational. You know, you want to remember, basically, because there are so many distractions around you when you're looking to elevate your mind, when you're looking to make different changes in your life for your own spiritual growth. And you just have to remember and remind yourself, you know, always be prepared to call remembrance to your aid, because distractions will arise. You know, definitely in this month, you know, definitely coming out of an old year, you're going to be tested with your friendship, your family, loyalty, all those type of things. But don't allow yourself to get distracted. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in illusions, you know, or negativity. You know, stay positive as much as you can. You know, definitely, because I myself was tested yesterday. You know, I'm dealing with this new situation that I'm going through, and nothing on this site was working for me. You know, because I do like a lot of work from home jobs or whatever. But this in particular site was not working for me, you know, and I was definitely getting frustrated. And, you know, I was reminded to keep calm, breathe, and remember that you're being tested. And the teacher is always silenced during the test. So with that being said, I let it go for a brief second. And when I was calm, when I was coherent and able to deal with the matter without emotions, I went back and I got certain things done with this particular project. You know, and then I had to keep in mind, like, I'm in my 7th cycle. So I know that I'm not in a cycle of opportunities. So I'm not going to expect any opportunities like majorly like that. I'm just going to chill, you know. Um I'm happy that I know about these cycles. I know how to operate my own business off these cycles, you know, and it definitely helps me along the way, you know. One of my other goals that I look forward to is to teach my children about it. And when that time comes along for them, they will understand. You know, teach these lessons to your children because they are our future, and we don't need no twerking nation. We don't need no degenerate nation of children, because where does humanity lie in that? You know, teach your children everything that you're learning to elevate you. It elevates them even more, 3 times fold, you know. Um, Definitely happy to share this information with you all because I know it can be tough, you know, and I definitely want to reach out to those who are freshly awakening, you know, don't awaken in fear, you know, awaken in love, awaken in receptivity. And when you're a seeker after truth, once your pineal gland opens up, truth is going to reveal itself. So falsehood has no room to abide in your life. Keep opening up. Keep that third eye, you know, open. Like, keep that pineal gland, like, vibrating, you know, higher and higher, because you do not want to degenerate in this era of time. To be a degenerate is a danger to you. You know, I'm saying this with all importance. You know, there are a lot of people or entities that's after you, that want to control you through different channels, and you have to be careful. You know, it's well up to you. You have free will. You know, just make sure that you have your things in order. I do not like this video.